Prince William County has more than 300 years of rich history captured in our unique historic sites. By preserving these sites, we honor our past and allow future generations to learn the stories of the people, places, and events that made us who we are today. One aspect of our history that we were able to share through our historic properties is the African American experience. From slavery to emancipation, segregation to civil rights, to full political participation, Prince William County's history reflects the broader national issues experienced by African Americans throughout our nation's history. Ripon Lodge is the first location to explore the African American experience. Built in the 1700s, Ripon Lodge is one of the oldest buildings in Prince William County. Located along the important colonial trade route known as the King's Highway, Ripon served as the Blackburn family plantation, a large and bustling property worked by numerous slaves. However, it also allowed opportunities for slaves seeking freedom to risk their lives trying to make their way north to free states. Thomas Blackburn, the property and slave owner from 1775 to 1807, was known for placing ads offering rewards for the return of runaway slaves. The property is listed on the National Park Service Underground Railroad Network to Freedom, as it reflects the power of the slaveholders and the struggles of slaves to gain their freedom. The cost of attempting to gain freedom for the African American slave came at a great price, which we begin to understand when visiting the Brentsville Courthouse and jail. Between the years of 1822 and 1865, the small courthouse and jail tell the story of the increased resistance to slavery by both free and enslaved residents, and was witness to the harsh punishment of slaves who tried to flee. The buildings on the site today were the site of many trials of runaway slaves and abolitionists who were arrested, jailed, tried, and sometimes executed by hanging. Another element of the African American experience can be seen at the Lomond House, which is most famous for having served as a hospital during the Civil War. However, from 1832 until 1865, the property was a working farm where slaves manned the dairy and smokehouse for the owners. Today you will find one of the few remaining slave quarters in the region and discover how slaves lived on this property all those years ago. For the African American slave who was able to gain freedom, there was opportunity. This brings us to the Barnes House, which was built in 1797. This was the residence of a slave who was granted freedom after the Civil War and who later purchased the farm. Prince William County has relocated the house at the Montclair Library site and restored it to its original condition so that families for generations to come will be reminded of the great story of the former slave who returned a free man and purchased the home and land where he originally served in bondage. Freedom, however, did not mean equality for many years. Prince William County remained a segregated community following the Civil War. As we stop by the Lucasville School, we find one of the county's Negro schools. Lucasville School served African American students in grades 1 through 6 from 1883 until 1926. Much like today, students were taught reading, mathematics, geography, penmanship, and history. Prince William County has fully restored the school, which is open by appointment and for tours and special events throughout the year. These vestiges of slavery and segregation are valuable treasures. They tell the stories of our ancestors and remind us of the struggles and triumphs that have made us the thriving and diverse community we are today. If you would like information on how you can visit these and other historic properties, please visit pwcgov.org/historic preservation.